I'm Simi, and today I will show Spyder X1. With this incredible machine, you can engrave very long and large materials. And with this powerful machine, you can also have the options with 5, 10 and 20 watts. Last year, they make a very successful launch with Spyder M1, and this moment they want to challenge yourself. Some people said that they really want to engrave maybe chairs, maybe stairs, and even tables. And now they just solve your problem. Let me show to you guys. And why do they design a long and large format engraving? Is that important for the customers? Actually, laser cutting is growing as popular method for creating big formats models and prototypes. As the complexity of the models increase, the size of the format also increase. Users found it very difficult to cut in one time, so they will operate many times. But with Spyder X1, they can operate in one time. And the very incredible thing is with one machine, you can have a small size and even a bigger size. With Spyder X1, you can enlarge it. You can engrave from 800 to 2 meters. But then you can buy the extension kits and then your machine will become like this. And before we make some tests, I need to remind you guys, this machine is made for many materials. For example, as you can see here in my table, we have metal, we have acrylic, and we have wood. For the wood, it's very impressive because you can cut until 10 to 15 millimeters in only one time if you use the power with 20 watts. And one thing I need to mention, I was trying to hold this one to take the photo for the cover, and this is really light. I think it's very easy for you to install, and maybe you want to do some work in your job, and then maybe you want to take it to your friend's house. It's very easy to transport. Now let's check what is inside. I have my unboxing knife. Let's open and see. This box is very small, so I'm wondering how it is inside. They include 4 engraved plates because this one will replace the honeycomb. And later I will show to you guys how you assemble this one. The laser head already have some protection, but if you want extra protection, they send you one glass. It comes with one laser head. As you can see, mine is 20 watts, but you can choose from 5, 10 or 20. Inside the box will also come with these 3 metals. This part you will only use if you want to cut. Later I will also show to you guys how you do it. As I mentioned before, you can choose the basic set or the extension set. Extension set will come with more parts, so you can make a very large engrave and also cutting area. This is the rotatory machine, but this is optional. They also have one optional air pump. This machine will make your cuts and your engraving much cleaner. And now let me show how easy it is for you to start to engrave. You just need to take out the machine. When you remove the machine from the box, it's already assembled. You just need to connect the laser head and then it's done. They will also include some extra cable for extension parts. The machine body is totally made by metal, so it's very resistant. On the right side you can find one turn on and turn off button and also one outlet air. On the top, the power ports, USB to connect with your computer, SD card slot and a 2.5 colorful display. Then you can find one antenna. They strategically put this antenna on the side so your connection will be much more stable. Then one port for you to install the air pump, one port to connect the rotatory parts, and then the switch also to use the rotatory part. Now that we already know all the parts from this machine, let's try to check the quality from the engraving. As we know, we can engrave a very large area, but for now I will just try to engrave something very small so we can proceed and try to cut something very big. Let's go. Before we start to engrave, don't forget to protect your table, and look how interesting this is. It's like a puzzle. You can make it bigger and bigger and bigger. And don't forget to put these small parts so you can keep them together and also fit the parts you want to engrave or cut on the top. One of the ways you can use is also connect with the APP. The APP will not show many details, but basically you can control the machine using this part. Or in this material you can find some photos already uploaded here. You can also choose creation. Here in the creation you can choose to take a photo, or you can also choose some photos you already have. For example, maybe we choose this one, and then you can adjust the place you want to engrave, and then you can also make some adjustment for this image to be more clear. Here in the adjustment you can increase or decrease the brightness, also the contrast. When you are satisfied, you can just click confirm and then engrave. If you want, you can connect to your computer with USB cable, but then it means you need to let your computer turn on all the process. But you know, some large areas will take more than 1 hour, 2 hours, then it's better you just use Wi-Fi. To design your files, you can use the Lightburn. Here you can draw everything and set up the size, set up everything, and then you can just save the G-code. To connect the Wi-Fi is very easy. You just connect with the same Wi-Fi your computer and also the machine. Here in the machine, you just need to come to network settings, then you can find the Wi-Fi. You just find it and then connect with the same Wi-Fi. Just put the same password and then connect. After that, you need to pay attention to the IP. Just remember this number and then we go back to our computer. Do you remember the IP I mentioned to you guys to remember? You just fill in your browser, then it will open the Wi-Fi control. Here on our computer, we come to SD file. Then we just upload. We find our SIMGC file. Open, we find this one, and then we need to preview. When we start to preview, maybe the position is wrong, so we need to fix it first. And this is something very interesting because you can control your machine in your computer and even in the small screen. And just remember to position your machine in the correct place. It's really cool, right? We touch here and you can see the machine just crawling on the table. Whoa, so cool. But just let's pretend we found the correct place. Then, if you use the Wi-Fi connection, you need to set up the origin. Then you just press the position XY. When we think the position is correct, don't forget to come to the second place. Then make sure the file is chosen and we press preview. We send. Now that we already make sure everything is correct, we can press this button and then we will start to engrave. But right now is the good part because we already sent the file to our machine and then we can just close and do something else with your computer. We just finished our engrave and you can see the quality is really good. I'm very satisfied with the engraving, and just reminding you guys, you can engrave many things, for example wood, glass, but the glass you need that special paper. You can also engrave metal and leather. But now many people ask me if we can cut acrylic, and the precision is really good. I will show some samples for you guys, but of course some people will just thinking why you don't do one for show to us. So let's start. Whoa, look at this. The cut is really clean. The acrylic is not melted at all. Even those small holes is really cut very precisely. I'm really impressed with this cutting in my acrylic, but now I really want to try to cut something bigger. Let's go. Now we finish and let's try to see how it goes. But first I want to just mention to you guys, I was afraid about the fire system, so I use this kind of air pistol to help blow a little the smoke. And I think it's some kind of tip I can give to you guys. Look how cool! I will try to put some lights and see if I can make a very nice decoration. Now I will try to cut one very thick material with the 20 watts power, and this material has 15 millimeters. So let's try. We can see we have a very clean cut in one time, even though the wood is very thick, almost the size of my finger, even here on the back. I want to check the quality with the cutting, with the air assistant and without the air assistant. Right now I will do without the air assistant, so let's try.
It's the end of the weekend, but I still wanna turn up. Yeah, I still wanna turn up. All I want is to go again. But
just remind you guys, the first one we didn't use the air assistant and the second one we used. So let's see the difference. The engraving, I must say, they are similar, but seems without the air assistant, it's better. As you can see, we have some smoking around the letters, but this one is totally clean. But for the cutting is the opposite side. As you can see, for the one we didn't use, it burned a little on the edges, and you can see even the marks here. But this one that we use, the Air Assistant, is very clean cut. And just to remind you guys, the laser I'm using is 20 watts, so most of the time people will use to cut something. If you just engrave, I think 10 and 5 is enough. Now let's talk about safety. We will try to make it run. And then let's say it's working. Yeah, let's say not, it's really working. So if somebody come here and move, you can see it will stop immediately. If this happens, you need to start again. You don't know if it's still in the same position as before. If you engrave something round, you can use this rotatory machine, so it will make your life easier. And there is a very, very good news for you guys. If you want to buy the Extend kit, you can buy with the Spyder laser, but you can also find the pieces locally. For example, if you want to extend the X-axis, you can buy this one. This one is 2040. You can find it anywhere. And then if you want to extend the Y-axis, you can just buy the 2020. For each metal, you can use one set of cables. The cables you can also find locally. And because we can enlarge the X and Y-axis, you can see we can make so many big things. For example, we made one table, one small chair. This small chair is strong enough for you to sit in, not even the kids. And we made one stairs. As you can see, I am not light, but it still can handle because this one can cut very thick material and very durable. And you can also make some decorations. For example, we made some decorations for Halloween. And because the Spyder X1 is very compact, it's very easy for you to save space. After you finish, you can just put anywhere. Hey guys, what do you think about Spyder X1? Please leave in the comment what would you do if you have one machine like this. And you can engrave many things, for example, like chairs, small houses, and many things. I think you just need to let your creation go wide. And don't forget, if you are interested in this machine is in campaign right now. The link will be in the description. You can check more details there. And if you like my content, don't forget to leave a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. See you in the next video. Bye bye.